Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 3 of the course. The idea of week 3, well, it's pretty simple, I suppose. Things are about to get complicated, I think, in the course once we read Jonas, but maybe they already are. I don't know. I've been anticipating the reading of Jonas all along in looking at these things. Insofar as what are we doing this week? Okay, we're looking at another issue in computer ethics, the Facebook experiment. This rather surprising event from several years ago, because it was 2014, and you can read all about it. I don't have to describe it, but it raises some very interesting issues having to do with ethics, what Facebook did with and to its many of its users, its customers. I suppose we're doing the same thing we did last week, insofar as we're just reading about the issue and finding out what we think about it. And in the back of our minds, at least, if not in the forefront of our minds, thinking about utilitarian and Kantian approaches to resolving this issue. And there the complication and the anticipation of Jonas arises, insofar as we ask ourselves, is Kantianism or utilitarianism sufficient to deal with this issue? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But like with self-driving cars, autonomous vehicles, whatever we're calling them, certain aspects of the issue seem to perhaps be novel or to bring us into new territory. I would say the very existence of social media and an entity like Facebook brings us into uncharted territory. I would say a company providing a service with that kind of influence and that kind of user base, and since it's all digital, that sort of ability to impact its users and to exploit its users, at least the potential for it. It may be something completely new. I don't know. Just as sort of handing over ethical decision making, if that's the way we're going to put it, to an algorithm is something entirely new, I suppose. Self-driving cars. So the idea of week 3 is just to read about the Facebook experiment, to think about how we think of it, to think about how utilitarian and Kantian approaches would perhaps deal with this issue, what they would have to say about it, and also perhaps thinking about the novelty of the issue, just as we were thinking about it last week, to a certain extent anticipating reading Jonas's essay and thinking about whether digital ethics in general, or ethics in computers, or ethics in communication technology, whatever we're calling it these days, can actually be successfully dealt with our old ethical tools, such as Kantianism and utilitarianism.